we're running a little behind. So, and I don't want to put anybody at staying up later than they need to. So I'll go ahead and introduce myself and everybody can introduce themselves. I am Erin Fluharty, your star director. I'm so excited to say that. That's the first time I think I've actually said it out loud. So thank you all for being amazing, truly. Okay, so Jennifer, you introduce yourself.
I'm right here. I am Jennifer Laris. I'm on Facebook as Jennifer Marie just because I don't want people to find me. I was laid off for a long time and I was always looking for a job, and I have a lot of tattoos, so I tend to not want potential employers to find me, so I hide on Facebook. But I'm Jennifer Laris, and I am I promoted to star this month, so star consultant. Thanks, guys. And I'm your guest speaker tonight. Gonna talk about party stuff. It's gonna be fun. And then Jen, do you want to go next? You're next to me.
Hi, everybody. I'm Jen. I can't see who's here, who's not. I have my iPhone instead of my iPad, where the iPad would lay it out Brady Bunch style. But yeah. Hi.
And then Dawn.
Dawn's on mute.
Is she?
I see it's muted, yeah. Nope. It came off for a sec. There you go. It keeps going on.
I don't know what it
There you are.
We hear you.
Yay! Hi!
And Dawn, you've been a consultant and you just certified. Yay! But you've been, what, a month?
Yep, just a month.
Yay!
Good job, Dawn.
Thank
Okay.
you.
And then Danielle.
Danielle, introduce yourself.
I'm Danielle. I have been a consultant since October. Right? October?
Either October or September.
Yeah. Hoping to promote to certified this month.
Yay!
You
And
can do it.
And Mandy.
Hi guys, can you see me now?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, it's working now. I started with Sensei the end of September, and I've been doing almost 2 months now, and I'm getting better at it. I'm starting to get out my comfort zone. I guess you can say I'm always worried about getting tongue-tied, talking to people, and getting nervous. So far it's been fun.
Yay! Well, we have someone else coming on, but real quick, I'm just going to say, oh my God, November was just insane. I don't know how many of y'all were in my shoes, but it was just gangbusters. Like that last day, I was pulling my hair out because I'm like, it was just so exciting and just so much going on. I think I had a delivery every day last week of Scentsy. So, but anyhow, basically just you guys saw all the PRV posts, the promotions. We had so much happen last month, and I am just so proud of everyone. And we're actually pulling Rachel into, because she's my first generation director, and then Nicole and Lisa are first generation director, and then Jill is the second generation director under me. We are all on this group, and then Rachel is bringing all her girls to our group, but she's still separate too. So just as an explanation, you're probably going to see a lot of new faces, and we're going to kind of lift that group number up. So I'm really excited to see her introduce everyone over the course of the next few days, hopefully. So anyway, without further ado, if anybody has any questions specific to anything else outside of parties, just, feel free to add that to the group, just if you have a question. But this is kind of a free-for-all forum. Jen's going to talk about how she handles her parties, and then I am going to just touch on how I do a party on the go, so everyone kind of knows. She's going to talk about home parties and Facebook parties because that's what she handles and does really well. And I really love pouch parties or parties on the go or basket parties. So, but I'm only going to do like just a quick, here's what I do. And this is
Sorry. That's why I was on mute.
So Jen, go ahead and get started. And like I said, anybody who has a question while she's talking, just kind of say, hey.
Yeah, just interject and interrupt me. It's fine. I won't be mad. Like Erin said, I don't do pouch parties or anything like that. I would, of course, if there was a need for it. My sponsor, Jessica, does them all the time. It's something she's really good at and seems to get a lot of demand for. Most of my clients and customers either want me to come to their home or want to do some sort of online party of some sort. So I'm going to speak to that today. So Erin will catch up after that and talk about the pouches. I have found a lot of success so far. I think that's why Erin asked me to talk about it. So my entire November, I had almost a party every weekend, and I had Facebook parties going the entire month. December, I actually turned down parties. I tried to do one party a weekend, but I did 3. I did a Friday, Saturday, Sunday this first week of December so that I could take the rest off. And then my January and into my February are booking up fast. So I want to say the first thing that I find really helpful. What's wrong, Erin?
Share your secrets.
So my first suggestion is I use Google Calendar. I don't think it matters what calendar you use, but have one. Have your dates that you're going to be available ready to go. So if somebody says, I want to book a party, you say, okay, you can have this date, and this date. I try to stay as organized as possible. I think it makes it much easier to have a good calendar to keep track of all these things. So that's my first little tidbit, just to start things out. And then I'm in marketing. It's what I do for a living. And I think that marketing a party is really important. You can have people in a Facebook group and you can have people that you sell Scentsy to at work, but if you never offer a party and market a party, then you're not really going to get people asking you. You might get somebody that says, hey, I really want to have a party. I know you're direct sales, you have to do parties, but I try to make a party enticing to my customers so they actually are excited about it and like want to do it, and I offer it to them. And I kind of follow some step-by-step stuff when I try to market my parties to people. I have my customers kind of grouped into different categories because what I'm used to in marketing is we work in a sales funnel. So you have this funnel that goes down and your people that want to buy something are right at the bottom of the funnel ready to fall out, and your people that aren't necessarily ready are at the top. So I kind of try to work from the bottom up because the people at the bottom are more ready to have that party. And my large order customers are almost always ready to have a party. Those are the people that are like the closest to the bottom of the funnel. So if you have customers that are placing $100, $200 orders and things like that and ordering every single month, these are people you should probably offer a party to because they're already placing that order. So you have a reason to incentivize them to have that party because their $100 order could be for free if they invite all their family and friends. Now, if we go up from those people to the next tier, that's I call them thrifty customers. Those are the customers I have that are always trying to get the sale, always trying to get the deal, hit the clearance stuff. So my thrifty customers, I try to hit them for parties next because they're obviously trying to save money and get a deal. So they're really likely to jump on the opportunity to get anything for free or half off. So having that party is really easy to sell to them. And then the next people that I offer parties to are going to be the people that maybe have previously had a party, but it's been a while, so they know what it's like. They've already gotten some hostess rewards, but maybe they're already ready to reorder because it's been a few months. So they're at the top of that funnel, so they might not be thinking about a party, but they could be ready. I always make sure that I give my hostesses a gift, and I always make sure that I do it in front of everybody at the party. So everybody at the party gets to see that they get something, even just for inviting people out. I do a full-size bar and either a scent pack or a scent circle. And I just stock up on those when I can, so it doesn't really come out of my pocket. I always make sure that I explain my incentives for having a party when I do my party, or even on Facebook. I just slip it in there. I don't make it a big deal. I just say, you know, having a party is a great way to earn credit and earn half off items, help our hostess earn some of that stuff. So at that point, I've already marketed everybody that's already in the party by letting them know what their friends and family might be getting just by hosting. The next thing that I think really helps is getting my hostesses really excited. I can tell you I have had unsuccessful Facebook parties. I've had a party where I've had to put other orders into just to get them to qualify so I can close them out. And I'm sure we've all been there, and you know, it's not really exciting to have to do that, but I think what's important to remember is that the excited hostesses will share statuses and talk about it and be your little salesperson out there. So if you don't make a big deal out of it and get your hostesses excited, they're not going to do as good of a job for you. And then lastly, I am actively seeking a party. I do what I call voluntelling. And I was explaining this to Erin. You can volunteer people all you want, but when you volunteer somebody, they still have the opportunity to say no. If you volunteer somebody, you're saying, hey, I need to have a person have a Facebook party. Let's put your name on here. Let's make this happen. And at that point, you've already told the person they're having a party. I mean, they can argue with you, but most people will just be like, okay, what the heck, let's do it. So instead of volunteering, try voluntelling. And if you know somebody is going to be a good candidate, just say, hey, I'm going to do this for you. Let's do this. I know you can rock it out. So that's basically, in a nutshell, how I'm marketing my parties. I also find it really helpful to keep a list. I have an Excel spreadsheet. I don't know how many people out there use Excel, but you can write this in a notebook. Oh, Erin uses Excel. You can write it in a notebook, on a piece of paper. I keep a list of my customers, and I keep track of anybody who says they will have a party. Anybody at any point says, I'll have a party at some point, but maybe, you know, after the holidays or whenever, I write their name down. That way I don't forget that they made a commitment and said they're having a party. I also keep track of my customers who place multiple orders. I have a client right now on my list who buys laundry stuff from me every month. So she is on my multiple order client list. So I know at some point, if I need to book a party, I'm going to reach out to her and say, you buy laundry stuff every month. Let's make this month free. I also keep track of people who previously had a party, and I keep track of when their party was. So when I might be kind of hurt up for a party, I can look back and say, it's been 6 months since you had your party. Why don't you have another one? It's been a while. You know your friends and family want to reorder. Why not get some free stuff out of it? And then I keep track of my people that I think are good candidates, but have never had a party and have no interest in a party, because at some point I'll make them interested. They're on the bottom of my list and I'm not going to bother them, but I know that they're there if I need them. So that's basically the list that I keep. So at some point when I do need to book a party, because I don't right now because I'm busy, but when I do, these are the people I'm going to go to, and in that order. And I wanted to talk a little bit about the home party versus the Facebook party. I encourage everybody to shoot for the home party. When you're there in person, when people are drinking wine, when they're having a good time, when they're face to face, there's a bigger commitment for them to place an order. When you're online, there's anonymity that you can kind of, skate by and not place an order. But when you're at somebody's home and they're hosting you, they're probably going to buy something. So I don't know if there's some sort of documented marketing metrics for this, but home parties are going to do better. So that's what I shoot for. Facebook parties are great. They're just a lot more work. When you do your home party, you're there for 2 hours and you do your spiel and you talk about scents and you set up and break down. But I mean, that's the long and short of it. A Facebook party, you're 2 weeks posting every day and trying to get people excited and keeping everybody engaged. So it's a lot more work and it's for a lot less money, generally speaking. So that's kind of how they differ. And again, I always shoot for the home party, but that's not to say I don't have 5 Facebook parties going at the same time. I think that your customers, you're going to have a customer who's a really good candidate for a home party, and then you're going to have a customer who's a really good candidate for a Facebook party. You've got to figure out where they're going to fall. I know some people have apartments. They don't necessarily want to have a bunch of people at their apartment. They just don't have room. There's people who maybe are out of state and they don't really know a whole lot of people to invite. So a Facebook party is really good for them because all of their out of town family and friends can be invited to that and make a purchase. So I guess it's really about targeting and knowing which party is right for which of the people that you know and kind of making that decision before you approach them. And I think the last thing I kind of wanted to go over was you know what, I should have probably put this up higher and when I was talking about the home parties, but party incentives. I don't always break out an incentive at a home party. I know when my sponsor did my home party, she had a little thing where we all wore necklaces, and if one of my guests was going to also have a home party, I could give her the necklace. And if I got rid of all of them, there was some sort of prize, so there was like an incentive for people to book a party at the party. I haven't really done this yet because the people that I've worked with have been so excited about Scentsy just in general. I've had a pretty good amount of success with that. But I think that it is a good sales tactic to try, and I think it's worth using. So I would always mention at the party, even on Facebook, if anybody here wants to have a party, I'll make it worth your while, basically. I think it might be the extra added push that somebody might need to say yes and commit to it. So I would, if you feel comfortable with it, always try to put that out there too. And so that's pretty much my experience so far. Like I said, oh, you know what? I did want to say one more thing. The whole networking thing. So I know we're not talking about vendor events, but I was at a vendor event last weekend and I brought cookies and I walked around and gave all the other vendor tables a cookie. And when I did, I stopped by and said, here's my card. I sell Scentsy. If you're doing another vendor event like this, email me and let me know. I might like to do the same vendor event with you. Or, if you have a customer that you think would like what I have, let me know and give me your card. So I collected about, 20 business cards from them, and I gave out 20 business cards and cookies to those people. So you never know who might be interested or who might pass something along or who might want to do like a double party. I have one of those coming up where it's me and somebody else. So 2 direct sales type people in one home. So just don't leave any opportunity out there. Take them all, no matter what anybody says. Give your card, open your mouth, talk about it. Nobody's going to give you a hard time. As scared as you are and as much as you think somebody's going to say no, I've never had anybody give me a hard time.
Yeah, and then that's the worst that could happen, is that someone could say no.
No thanks.
And you
Big deal.
it's funny because I've heard the analogy of, would you really get personally hurt by someone telling you they don't want a piece of gum? So use the analogy that party or buying something or becoming a consultant, when you ask that question, it's like they just don't want what you have. They don't want your big red. They want a juicy fruit, or you know what I mean? So I try to remember those things because I always used to take things so personal.
Right. I can tell you one little short, I know it's only 9:30, but one little short success story is 3 weeks ago, I sold one of my kids' Power Wheels, those dumb things you drive around, on our Facebook swap site. And I loaded it into a woman's car. Her office was down the street from my office. And as an afterthought, I had a business card in my car, and I gave her my business card. And I said, I sell Scentsy. Here's my card. And she said, oh my God, I love Scentsy. And I was like, oh, okay. So if you have a consultant, I can just take my card back. She said, no, I don't have a consultant. I literally just buy it whenever I see it at a vendor thing or a craft show or from the website or whatever. And I said, okay, well, I would love to be your consultant. I work right down the street. I'll deliver it, free shipping, whatever. She took it in her office, told everybody in the office, and she wound up getting me $250 in orders, and she wants to book a party in February. So, if I hadn't have, just handed her my card and said something, I would have never had that sale.
Yep, you got to speak up and get outside of your box. Just as an FYI, since a lot of the team that has recently joined are new, or may not have gone through a January before, January is a big deal. Coming out of the crazy mass sales of September, October, November, and early part of December, it kind of goes slow through the holiday of Christmas and New Year's. At least that's kind of the norm. But January, Scentsy is incredible. They have the Bring Back My Bar, and then there also probably will be, cross our fingers, double hostess rewards. So that's an incredible incentive for booking parties in January, is offering double, your half price items. And it's just something to keep in mind for when you're booking parties, talking to people and letting them know, hey, we typically have in the past had double hostess benefits. So
Erin, if they have a qualifying party, like if they have a $250 party, they would earn double the hostess reward, so double the credit too. So instead of $25, they get $50.
I think it's just the
half off.
To get the half off. Pretty sure. I'd have to look back. I think there's some pictures. If you go online, you can do just Google double hostess Scentsy, and it'll bring up old pictures. I'm pretty sure that's the half off items. So, but still, 2 half price items for selling $250 versus just 1 half price item, that's pretty awesome. So, now that Jen has kind of gone over, do you like being called Jen or Jennifer?
Anything but Jenny, because that's my husband's ex-girlfriend. So Jen, Jennifer. Yeah, that all works. I'm friends with her too. She's on my Facebook group. I set them up. It's not funny. Just Jen, Jennifer, it doesn't matter. But yeah, if you have questions, let me know.
Yeah, I was going to say, does anybody currently have any questions? And we are recording this, so if anyone who watches this after the fact, just post your questions in our group versus the event. Any questions from anyone?
Danielle asked me a question.
I have some questions. It's not really a question.
Who's talking? Dawn has a question.
it's not really a question. It's more of okay, so I'm new, so I got a lot of people that, well, actually my children, to do parties for me. And I guess my fear, or not fear, but to take the next step. And how do you get like the second round? Do you know what I mean? Like the people I know,
From your kids' parties, did you have anybody that made like a really great order, like a $80 to $100 order?
No, not yet. Now the second daughter's is this weekend, and she's already got quite a few. I think that party is going to be big.
Good.
So
Good. Fingers
I guess
crossed.
I don't know how to approach the second one. The girls had no choice. They were voluntold.
Yeah, you voluntold them that they're having a party.
Correct.
I would say if that party has a good turnout, and I consider a good turnout to be like anything over like 5 people, like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 people, go ahead and use that perpetual party reward, and let everybody know, if you book your party tonight, I'll give you half off whatever you want on your order. And then if they don't take that and go forward with it, just keep an eye out when you're entering those orders and look for those people that love Scentsy, that place that $75, $80, $100 order. And I mean, you've got their email, you've got their phone number. Just reach out to them. I was really surprised. One of my fears with doing Scentsy was that people were going to get annoyed by me from bothering them. I think that's like a common thing to be like scared of, is that people are going to think I'm like pushing them. But every time I reach out to somebody and I'm like, hey, did you want to place an order, or I'm closing out things and maybe you want something, nobody's ever angry. Nobody's ever upset. Sometimes they say no, but most of the time they say yes. So I would just keep an eye out for that potential person that's at the bottom of that sales funnel where, they're already a good candidate. So take advantage of them. First, get the low-hanging fruit. That's what we call it in marketing, the low-hanging fruit.
That you'll hear me say that all the time. And there's something I was going to mention. Dawn, Karen that you work with, have you asked her to book a party with you?
No, not yet. But she's on my list.
You get her.
She is on my.
She spent like $125, $150 from her.
Oh, she's perfect.
Yeah.
Twice, because she's on my next one that's coming tomorrow with another. I forgot what she spent. She spends a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are great candidates for parties because they're already great customers and they're spending a lot of money. So the them taking advantage of getting a bunch of free stuff is going to be great, and they'll probably invite more people because they're already a big spender, so they know they've got to get a lot of people in there.
Well, what's cool is you can say, I want to tell you, let me backtrack. What I would say to somebody is, you've already spent so much money. I want to give you something in return for your support, and say, will you book a party with me so that you can get everything that the rest of the wish list or your rest of your Christmas shopping done, or whatever it may be. It may not be before Christmas, but and say, get it free and half price instead of paying full price out of pocket. So, but does anybody else, any other tidbits, questions, or anything? I'm just gonna touch on my party on the go, unless somebody has a quick question. Okay. All right, so I don't know how many of y'all have seen these.
Higher.
I know. I'm going. How many of y'all have seen my posts on our Facebook group? But this is what my pouch looks like. So it's just a big poly folder, and it's got one of those slidey type zippers on top. Dawn can attest to how awesome these are. Super simple. She took it to work. She sold over $500.
$500.
Wow.
And that was That was the party before she joined. She got, you got 75, close to
70, yeah, 75 and 3 half price.
Mm-hmm. So that was, I don't typically get less than $500 on these parties. So, and they always go to someone's office. So think about when you're delivering, you take it to the hostess at their house and they can take it to work, or you can take it to the office and it just gets dispersed there. You don't have to worry about delivering to individuals, which is really nice. Nice savings on time and gas. So, so anyways, these folders come from Amazon. They're on our group page. You can get a little pouch like this, and I get the mini testers. I think there's 24 in there. And then I just do a mix. I don't really care what scents are in there as long as they're not duplicates. And then I do 2 catalogs and an instruction page, and then 10 order forms, flyers. I have the host. I'm sorry, this is the old join flyer, old host flyer, warmer of the month, and then this is our holiday collection. And then I have, usually, those are my samples. So I did a mix. This is a sparkling black plum. I have coconut chocolate or chocolate coconut cream, pink currant, and birchwood. I think that's it for this one. But for the first thing I was going to ask y'all is if you saw my post about my text from yesterday. I text like 25 or 30 people, and I just said something about booking, getting some free and half price items before Christmas. And will you book a party with me? Because if you think about it, right now, everybody at work is real laid back. They're all eating a bunch of food. They're celebrating the holidays, and they're going to do their Secret Santa. They're all just kind of hanging out. Why not put this in front of them and have them, buy some product and get your hostess free and half price items that she can use for Christmas presents. So, I don't know. I tried. I've actually got one already out. I've got another one going out in the mail to my hometown. And she works in a employment, Randstad, I think it's how you say it. It's an employment agency. So she sees people all the time, every day. And I just think I like the office setup. I reach out to friends that work in the medical field because they all have like medical offices. And of course, Nicole in our group can attest to a hospital, being able to touch a lot of people at the same time quickly. And but anyways, that's my pouch party. And you can do however you want. As long as there's catalogs, order forms, and testers, you really don't need a much more. Samples, if you want to do samples, but it's not required. Does anybody have any questions about that? Is there anything I didn't touch on, anything I rushed through? Okay. Well, we have just a few more minutes. Does anybody have anything, kind of just open forum, any questions, any concerns, any hurdles? Please do not be scared to speak up. It's important that you ask questions so you can be successful. No?
I'm trying to think of something great for you, Erin. Sorry.
Okay, that's all right. No worries. I'm just happy that y'all joined us and we were able to get this recorded and share some ideas. Anybody new that comes to the group is bringing something new, and it's nice to share those ideas with the whole group. So this will be really helpful to to some of us, of the more senior girls that maybe have gotten a little stale in the things that they do and they want to change things up. So I hope everybody has appreciated being able to be part of this, and those that get to watch it later appreciate it then. And I guess with that being said, thank you so much, Jen. I appreciate your time tonight, and I want you to be able to go get some sleep. So we'll jump off here, and I'm going to go ahead and post this for everyone who wants to see it later. And if anything comes up or any questions, just go ahead and post in the group, and we'll make sure to get the answer to you. Okay?
Thank you.
Thanks, Erin.
Girls. I'll see you later. Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, Jen.
Bye, Danielle. Bye, guys.